Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is Lizzie from EM Designs 40 coming back at you with another swap. And this time, my friends and I, we drew names and we did a one-on-one because the theme for this swap was birdhouse. And we all got two little $1 birdhouses from Michaels, and we were supposed to alter them. So what I did with my birdhouse is that I took the two, this one and this one over here, $1 birdhouses, and I attached it to a bigger birdhouse, which is the one in the middle. And I made a mini mansion for the birds. And my idea behind it was to have like a bird slash butterfly sanctuary garden. And my swap partner, or the person that I was supposed to make this birdhouse for, my name that I drew was Jean. And I wanted to make it a little bit extra special for Jean because Jean is, number one, a very dear friend, but number two is that Jean is going to be selling her house and going moving out of the city, and I wanted to make something that would capture all of us. So that's why I'm saying that I made it a little bit extra special because as you can see, this is the front of the house. When you look at it, I placed a cute little fairy, and I placed a little sign that says, "Until you spread your wings, you'll never know how far you can fly." And I put a lot of cute little Martha Stewart butterflies all around let's call it the sanctuary. And I created this topiary by just taking some of this really fluffy moss and making it into a ball. And I didn't have any dowels or anything that I can use as a little stick for the topiary. So what I did is I took the stem of a flower and I made that into my topiary trunk or stand, and put it in the flower pot. And then, as you can see, there are butterflies everywhere. There's butterflies on the windows. There are some, believe it or not, there are 7 birds throughout this whole sanctuary. There's one here peeking out here in this bird sanctuary. And so what I did is that I made some of the little ornaments to represent each of us in the group. There's a total of 8 ladies in our group, and so each, as I'll show you, I named each one of them, plus a little one extra bonus. So here, this little snail, I love snails, is supposed to represent me. And as you turn to the right of the birdhouse, this is the side of the birdhouse, this gnome here is supposed to represent Lucy because Lucy loves all things gnome. And I also made this other topiary, and then this little ladybug is supposed to represent Patricia, because Patricia, anytime she alters anything or makes anything, she always puts a ladybug on it. And then, of course, looking up, there's another little bird, another butterflies throughout. And as you turn to the back, this is the back of the birdhouse. This little fairy here that is sitting on a snail, this little fairy is supposed to represent Judy because Judy loves pink and she loves fairies. And these 2 birds here that kind of look alike, one is supposed to represent Karen and the other one Debbie, because they're like 2 birds of a feather. They're always together. And then this little dragonfly here is supposed to represent Lynn because Lynn loves everything that has to do with dragonflies. And last but not least, this big beautiful bird here is supposed to represent Jean because she's the one that's going to be flying away onto a new adventure, a new journey in her life. And we wish her all the best. So over here, what I did was we've been taking soldering classes, and to represent that, I made this fairy refill container with a little spigot that I made out of solder, and I took a plastic bird and I covered it with copper wire with copper tape, and I soldered the bird on top of here. And then I made this little bucket that's catching all the fairy dust that's falling out over here. And then as I go around to the left side of the birdhouse, there are more birds, more butterflies. There are little mushrooms all around, flowers all around the butterfly and bird sanctuary. So this was really, really fun to make, and I made it extra special for Jean because I thought she would get a kick out of my little story and naming everyone. And then this beautiful big butterfly here is the added bonus, and this represents Christy because she didn't want to feel left out. And I always show her all my swaps when I'm done with them. And when I told her that I was naming everybody, naming all of the little things with one of the girls' names, she wanted one to represent her. So this one represents Christy. So Jean, I hope that you enjoy your little bird mansion that I created for you. And I hope that when you put it in your new house, I hope that you always think of us and how much fun we have on our monthly swaps that we do. Thank you guys for tuning in to me and sticking around and watching another one of my YouTube videos. And until next time with my next swap, I'll see you then. Thank you.